We fairy children, lost and wild. Dad punishes us, each and every child. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us. Hell in the cell, hell in the cell. It's Dad's test of outmight. All kids will go in to fight. There is only one survivor. Bring a shiver, a screwdriver. Punishment is kinetic dance. Leotards moving in a trance. It's the feral children's penance, watching camel toes prance. Miami Deb is a whore. We are feral children, lost and wild. Dad punishes us, each and every child. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us. Miami Deb is a fucking whore. Hell in the cell, hell in the cell. Test of outmight. All kids will go in to fight. There is only one survivor. Bring a shiver, a screwdriver. Punishment is kinetic dance. Leotards moving in a trance. It's the feral children's penance, watching camel toes prance. Mommy fucking Deb is a goddamn whore. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us.
Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Ribbit, 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 ribbit,
Who gets hotter than cotton pop?
Yeah, don't adjust your eyes, fellas. Pharaohs. It's Hugin cough cough. Yes, I'm in a frog suit. No, you cannot pull this off. Let's get it down.
Okay, let's go.
To the park, green fleece on my back, Velcro under the chin. Yeah, I'm carrying the track. Right, please slow. Tail wagging to the snare. All the alphas looking mad, but I really do not care. See a Doberman flexing, trying to guard his little clique. I just hop over a puddle, leave him looking mighty sick. You a basic brown mutt, I'm a neon amphibian. Stepping in the dog club, changing the meridian. Your bark is kinda loud, but your bite is just a joke. I don't even gotta growl, I just hit him with the croak.
That's my voice of life.
Hop, 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 make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm proving. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, I said it, the fattest got to hear me, God. Leave your boys to the least, got them living long. Yeah, walk past the water bowl, give a little wink. Got a poodle and a bug, both offering a drink. Your boyfriends are sniffing each other's jump out of tree trunk. These bitches want a prince, well I'm the green prince of funk. Got a Frenchie on my left, got a husky on my right. I'm looking so fly, I'm looking out of sight. I'm a cold-blooded killer in a warm-blooded body, rolling through the dog park, turning it into a party. Y'all are chasing tennis balls, I'm chasing finer things like a reservation for two, fit for a frog king. Pop, 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 make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm proving. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, shut it, the fattest 15 in me, y'all. Leave the boys on the leash, got it from me, Lord. I wanna mention Marcus, cause he's on this track. I'm flying, I'm floating like Shaq. I know for a fact I'm not on Epstein's list. I got my own feel with the bitches I kiss. I ain't got ticks, my DJ's beat matching. I ain't got fleas, that's my DJ that's scratching. I got mojo, I got swagger, I strut right past you, dog. You just a silly mutt. Bitches be thirsty, I'm they man's nightmare. The Dow is at 50, so I don't care.
I don't remember signing on to this. I was once inside Hugin until Dad gave him his hard-earned
Make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm moving. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, shut it. If I don't shoot in limit line, me the boy let him live and learn. Yeah. Shout out to Dad in the Pharaoh chat. Ernie, Birdie, Mitty, Claudia, Tiff, Darlene. Wish I could fit everyone into this song. Yeah, Amra, Tish, Toms, Steven, Satan, damn it, Kevin, you wrong. Ladies, you don't gotta get all bent. Cougar's more fresh than 50 Cent. You might not think he's cool, you might not think he's nifty, but Coogan don't count. Cause John Jones at 50, we out.
He said it. We out.
Here it is. Here it is. I didn't go out hunting it. I didn't go out looking for it. I don't even hardly believe it's still myself, but right here it is. Let's go worldwide TV. Forget cable, forget national TV. Let's go worldwide satellite. It's a trip. That club's plumb awesome. It's plumb awesome. It's plumb awesome. Something about that club. Something about that.
Something about it.
This thing is just simply amazing. The thing is simply awesome. But this thing is just simply amazing.
Simply
It is
amazing.
Simply awesome. This thing is for real.
Listen, this thing is for real. Okay. When I tell you I got a big stick the other day, I wasn't fucking around. Let me turn my shit up. Because you guys got to see this and you got to hear it. I got a big ass stick. Now, this stick is, look at that. That's about a 5-foot stick right there. All right. And I found this bad boy by the dumpster. Okay. Found this stick by the dumpster. It is perfectly round. It has a cylindrical base. It is 5 feet long. And it is perfect. And I found this stick the other day, totally free by the dumpster. And I brought it inside. And I told Dylan, I said, I have a stick. I have a stick now. You hear that? You hear that, Hugin? On the concrete floor. That stick is bigger than you, Darlene. This stick is bigger than you. This stick is bigger than all of us because it's plumb awesome. Now, I did find a meme of a guy who had a better stick. And somebody else sent me one. I don't know if it was Mitty or AJ or maybe Ernie. One of you guys sent me a pretty cool meme of a stick of a different guy, and his stick was shaped like a sword. The stick is life. Welcome, Turd. Welcome. Oh, I see Laura, Peter, Tish, Angela, Derek. Everybody's here today. Ernie Birdie, you have your water back, I hear. Ernie Birdie's water is no longer broke. Okay, so you're not the father. You guys. All right. So anyway, I got a big stick now. I am going to take it with me. Magnet fishing. And I apologize for a couple of days break that I had to take. I do apologize. My cousin came to town. Had to show him my stick. All right. He will be magnet fishing with me. I don't know if you guys remember Jacob. He's very quiet. He has an afro. He might go magnet fishing with me. What? Your mom is home. Congratulations. Ernie had her in a hotel. Ernie, did you do a kidnap, Ernie? I'm so glad that your mom is okay. And I'm sorry that Ernie kidnapped. Yeah, you stole her? Well, that's okay. Hello, Bleep. Nice to see you, Bleep. This is exciting news. Mom is home. You did a bad bed. You accidentally kidnapped Melissa's mom, but it's okay because you gave her back. Good. Oh, I'm all itchy. Everybody else, are you guys having allergies? They're so bad. Every time I see you, I have allergies, but they're just bad right now. I'm itchy everywhere. It's psoriasis season. Are you excited for psoriasis season? You missed her. It was only $1.5 million to get her back. Good. And the FBI helped with that, I'm presuming? Good. Excellent. Wish they'd find Nancy Guthrie, but they're too busy. I guess they're too busy getting hacked. We're going to stop and talk about that in a little bit. But I want to see what this says. What'd you say, Peyto? What's going on in Ulse Town? We just passed a bunch of legislation to stop petrol gouging, gas gouge. People are calling our government to cut their tax temporarily in the cost of petrol. You know, our government is different than y'all's, but I will say it is kind of weird how when I grew up, I was taught that the legislature doesn't make a lot of money and that most people who work as our representatives have other jobs, but that they make that sacrifice for us. And it's crazy to see how much money our government and our representatives make on the sly, including our president, like millions and millions of dollars while we're all suffering and while gas is really high. And a lot of them are short selling and betting against us. And I find it very concerning. I don't know if they do that there, but it is not cool. Laura, what do you got to say? My mom's scan was negative. Yes, no cancer. Goodbye, cancer. You cannot have Laura's mother today. Andrew is better. Good. Andrew's feeling better. And how is Ladybug? How's Ladybug? Because Laura's entire house had to get fixed. Laura's entire house was down with the sickness. Hey, good to see you too, Just a Crazy Jen. I miss all of you. I'm getting weird lately about the government and God. Well, as long as you keep them separate, you should be all right. All right? Hear me on that, Ernie. Keep them separate. You've gone down the rabbit hole and came out in China. Good. Then you can grab us some Amazon stuff so we don't have to pay tariffs. The Lego meme propaganda videos to troll Trump are amazing. They are. Iran doesn't treat its people very good, and I'm talking about the government, not the citizens, but the Iran government treats people like shit, and they're full of psychos and terrorists, but they do make good videos, I guess. Funny videos sometimes. I love some taxes. For example, the mining taxes can pretty much cover the cost of our Medicare. Dude. And you know what's crazy is I've been seeing a lot of people bitching about social services taxes, Medicare, Medicaid, all these things. And it's interesting because I was listening to this welfare analyst talk about how they spend all their entire life they've spent studying social services and working in social services. And they were talking about, do you know how much it would cost, or how much it would cost us to completely solve the homelessness crisis? And they said if we were taxed 0.01 cents per citizen, just 0.01, that we could literally solve the homeless crisis by making tiny home villages all over the US. And there's already like 18 or 20 of them. There's one here. I thought that's an interesting concept. But the second people say we're going to raise your taxes, even if it's 0.01, people flip the fuck out. But if you compare it to how much money you're losing at the gas tank, you're actually losing more money at the gas tank getting gas for one trip. You could spend $5 on gas and you are spending more money, okay, doing that one time, even if it's just 1 gallon, than you would on taxes to literally solve homelessness if our Congress could get their shit together. And that's crazy to think about. It really is. Yeah, they don't make pennies anymore. And you know, that's the one thing it was so stupid. I found out like pennies cost 2 to 4 cents to make each. But what pisses me off is there's places not taking pennies now. And the other day, my food was like $1.94 and I had 94 cents and I gave it to them and they gave me back the 4 pennies and asked me if I had a nickel. And I was like, I don't. I have 4 pennies. And they're like, well, we don't take pennies anymore. And I'm like, isn't that illegal? Isn't it? How are they going to deal with that? Yeah, and that's another thing is not taking cash is very weird. It's like, then why have it? As a social worker and someone who did Public policy postgrad, I can concur. The government has a means to get the money for these services. It's how they choose to spend their money. The problem. True. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Trying to make that extra penny any way we can. Plasma being are going to take over the aether. I don't know what that means, but I hope not. You mean Earth? Uh-oh. Yeah, they want to track of all of our purchases and prevent their employees from stealing. Oh, interesting. I used to have to do what's it called? Loss prevention when I worked in the mall in college. People steal so much. People steal like crazy. Dad, hello, Joe Nanners. Nice to see you, 333. We went through a similar in the 90s when we had it. Yeah, because copper is so expensive. And people are stripping copper out of old houses. That's what I'm saying. No more penny taxes is crazy because, I mean, it really is crazy if like 1/10 of a cent or something can solve a crisis. Why are we bitching about it when gas is so fucking high? I steal to feel alive. What are you, fucking Marie from Breaking Bad? Can we talk about her? Can we talk about Marie from Breaking Bad real quick? Because her little like stealing moment, okay, in that episode where she's like, if you guys haven't seen Breaking Bad, hello, Derek. There's a scene where Hank, hold on, let me get adjusted. Look at this. Provincetown, home of the gays. I love it. I blame Obama. You should always blame Obama. Why can't they go to Provincetown this year and hang out with the gays and buy a merkin? Obama. Obama made me do it. She stole the spoons at the open house. Exactly. And it was so funny because after that episode, did you guys notice this? Genuine question. If you watched Breaking Bad, do you remember the weekend the episode came out where Marie steals and you find out that Marie likes to steal, that she's a kleptomaniac? Didn't she steal like a crown or something? Like a tiara? It was something stupid in one episode. Skylar has to go get her or something and she confesses. She's like, I love to steal. I just like it. It's a rush. Like she's just into it. After that episode aired, so many people confessed to this. So many people confessed to stealing. A bunch of my friends were like, fucking, yeah, I feel you, Marie. And I'm like, what? You taking shit from my house? What are you taking? Everybody kind of agrees it's from a big business, so it's fine. And it made me laugh, but it's true. Like I noticed an unnatural amount of people admitting to their thefts, to petty thefts and larceny. All because of Marie. Makes me think, do people just steal because they're bored sometimes? Hey, baby girl, what's up, Unforgettable? How could I forget you? How are you doing? How's your dog there? The government is a kleptomaniac. Yeah, she stole the diamond tiara. That's what it is. Mall cop, did they give you a set? No, but I'll tell you what, the mall cop at this mall was not only he was a drug dealer, a DJ, and he stole shit from from cars in the parking lots and then would resell it to people outside of the mall and try to sell shit. He tried to sell me a stereo once after mine got stolen. I was like, it better not be mine. But they didn't have Segways back then. Late 90s, early 2000s. This was in the same town where the Price Master resides. I don't know if you guys remember him, but he's kind of a big fucking deal. Laura only steals your hearts. Give it back, Laura. Give it back. I need it to live. My stepdad was a small cop who thought he was real cool, according to him. Have you ever met a cool mall cop? I met one time. And he was fucking cool. His name was Jerome. He replaced the thieving mall cop. And Jerome was cool because he taught me how to play different types of cards. Like he tried to teach me that one that was 21, and I kept fucking it up. I'm glad you're doing good. Oh, I forgot about Marie. She loved purple stuff. Yeah, she loved purple stuff. And it's crazy because they talk about, in an interview, they talk about it with her, about the theme and the purple theme, and how anytime she wears something not purple, it's like something bad's about to happen. I need to go back and watch that. It pierced my speakers out of spite. Oh, shit. How many of you tried to make ricin? Me neither. And also, remember the plant? What was the plant he had? You know what's weird? In the mall in San Antonio, they used to have a purple store that was just called the Purple Store. Purple is your favorite color? Purple's my mom's favorite color. Purple everywhere. There's a comic here who is obsessed with the Grimace. And he painted himself purple once to dress like the Grimace, and then the purple wouldn't come off of him. Oh, yeah. By the way, I had a gig the other night. I did a gig. It's a show called Litty Titty, I think. Yeah, Litty Titty. And it's the gong show, essentially. That's all it is. It's the gong show. And I didn't get gonged. I actually got to go over my time because I was doing very well and it was fun. And it was mainly me screaming at one of the judges, Amy. We were just going back and forth yelling, and it was so fun. People loved it. I had a great time. But afterwards, another comic, I don't know if you guys know of him, but he's very funny. His name's Kurt Metzger. He had just done a show. And I run into him and we start talking about the Epstein files. And I start telling him a little about OSINT, but he had to go. He was like on his way out. But we talked a little bit, and he said that he'd like to have me on his podcast. So maybe I will be appearing on Kurt Metzger's podcast soon. I know he goes on Rogan a lot and yells about Epstein. They talk a lot about it, but I have to say, yeah, Kurt, he's amazing. And you know who made Kurt's theme song for his show? I don't know if he's going to put it on there yet, or if he's fixing it, or if he did. We actually don't know if he used it or not, but Dylan made his boyfriend made the theme song for Kurt. But yeah, I might be on that soon, so I will let you know if and when I go on Kurt Metzger's podcast, and we're going to talk about Epstein. Because he's very, very on top of it, and been very interested in it for a long time. And I'd like to show him some of the files outside of what the popular media has been putting out. So Kyle Dunnigan, very, very funny. Very, very, very funny. So I love Kurt. He used to write for what was that show? I don't remember. I think he wrote for Borat, actually. He might have been on Danny Jones. I know that he wrote for Borat, and I know that he wrote for Amy Schumer Show. That was another thing, yeah. But yeah, so if and when I go on there, I will let you know, and you guys can watch it. It'll be fun, and I'm going to be there to defend and explain OSINT and talk to him about the Epstein files, hopefully. So we'll see. We'll see. Right now, we need to talk about this stick situation. Have you found a stick? Yes, you are my pimp. May I please have money? The Ali G Show. Dude, brakatatat. Brakasha. What does he say? Booyakasha. I love the Ali G Show. It's so fucking funny. So let's talk about big sticks. And then after that, we're going to talk about Kash Patel. I'm going to tell you what's going on with him. All right? Because Kash Patel, they're saying he got hacked by this Iranian super hacker group or some shit. But I don't actually think he got hacked. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to explain how I think they did it. And that is a good point, Ernie. That is a great point, Ernie. Damn it, Ernie. Always coming through in clutch with good ideas. Good ideas. You know what? That deserves this.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000.
It's over $50,000. Okay? The Dow is over $50,000, and it makes me want to do this. You guys like bowling? Hello, Jess LeRae. Nice to see you. He probably just locked himself out of the library computers again by forgetting his password. Damn it, Kash Patel. How could you do this? You know what? That's actually a good point. That could have actually happened to him. This is my impression of Kash Patel.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but there's a reason.
Ma'am, we're discussing the rezoning for the Portillos. Do you have any comments on that?
For what?
We're discussing the rezoning on 53rd for...
Well, I live on 63rd.
Again, we're here to hear comments about the rezoning.
Well, I don't like Facebook, and I don't like the internet because I can't find a job. The library blocked my password. Now tell me, does that make any sense to you?
Before I get back to the stick video and we continue this episode, I will warn you, I'm in a dark casino right now, and I need to know something about hockey. I don't know shit about hockey except fights, and that there was this one guy who got smashed into a metal thing once, and they had to fix all the stadiums because of that. Okay? So, who's going to win between the Capitals and the Knights? That's all I need to know. Is who's going to win. I just need to know. You love hockey? Okay. We're going against here. I'm going to let you guys gamble for me. You're going to pick it. All right. You're picking it. Because I took $5. I put it in this cash.app. And I've been riding on that for months. I've pumped it up. I got up to 300. I lost 200. I got 100. I lost 200 again. I was back down to $1. Made that up to 100. Got it back down again. I keep going up and down. But now I'm at a point of homeostasis where I'm at $60. This is the same $5 I've been riding high with, okay? And here's what I got. And you know what? People can hate me for this. They can say she's taking advantage of her channel. Yes, I am. But a win for me is a win for all, because then I'll get you all sticks. So, is that Washington Capitals versus VGK Golden Knights. We're 3-3, 3 minutes and 11 seconds in. The second, whatever that. How many are there? Are there 3? Are there 2? Are there 9? I don't know. You say Capitals? Capitals have 41% of. Do I need rehab? Yes, I do. But we'll do that after a gamble. So we're against the VGK one? There's 3 of them. Oh, so the shit could change is what you're telling me. So you think Capitals are a better team than this VGK team? Okay, we're going to go with you. I'm putting 5 on it. Now, if we win, we get $11. Okie dokie. Okay? Which means that I'm going to split it with you and you're going to get $1. Isn't that exciting? So, tell me. What app? I don't think we're allowed on those apps. You know, I didn't think I was too because I'm in Texas, but Kalshi works. I don't know why. I don't even know how. I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm here, but I'm on a dark casino app. It's called KLSHI. Do I have a promo code for this? If I have a promo code, I'll give it to you guys and we can all gamble together. This is, by the way, the next 3 minutes of me pumping this promo code. They don't promote me. They don't want me. They're not giving me money for this. I just have, I think, a gambling addiction, which is fun. It's fine. As long as I never put more than the initial $5 I put in, I'm fine with it. But if you want, what does this say? Invite your friends. Okay, I'll invite friends. We both get bonuses. Oh, that's a long link. I'll put a link below. Fuck it. We can all get addicted to gambling. We can lose our homes, and then we can all talk about it when we're done. Okay? Did Ernie charge you for kidnapping your mom? It's actually a pretty good idea. Oh, wait, no, that's just holding a hostage. Damn it. I'll tell you guys something funny that Amy said. I'll tell you what she invented and why we were screaming. I'll tell you about the set, and then we'll keep going. Ladybug, you're so beautiful and no one will notice your shaved neck, Ladybug. Ladybug, look at me. Ladybug, Hugin thinks you are the cutest baby girl. Hugin asks me daily, he says, how's Miss Ladybug? She's so pretty, mommy. One day, can we meet her? Can I give her puppy kisses? And I said, yes, Hugin, you could give her all the puppy kisses. And the thing is, Hugin actually prefers shaved necks. He likes no neck bitches too, but he loves shaved neck bitches. So Hugin says that even if you got brucellosis, you'd still be beautiful, Ladybug. And I want you to know that because you're a sweet little girl. You likes to do the digs. I love her so much. She's such a cutie. Ladybug, who's a good girl, Ladybug? Ladybug, are you the good girl? Are you the goodest girl? It's going to be so funny if one day I try to like book someone like if I try to get John Kiriakou to come on or even Kurt, like they're going to be like, well, what's your shit about? And I'm going to be like open source intelligence and the Epstein file. And then they're going to turn this on. It's going to be me going, you're such a pretty no-neck bitch. We love you. You're so cute. And they're going to go, what the fuck is this? And I'm going to go, I'm talking to a dog that I adore. So get over it. That's what this channel's about. Talking to Hugins. Anyway, we got Sasquatch emojis. I had nothing to do with it. I need you to know that was not a gift from me. I don't know where that came from. That could be the Iranian, so be careful. If they can't get a cut, we can't get a cut. No one gets cut. Except Steven Earmuffs. We're going to cut you. How are you doing, Steven? How are you doing? Benji is jealous. Benji, you. Everybody put your Hugin's name so I can talk directly to your dogs. Benji is a good boy. Benji, is that your name-o? Anyway. Amy said, here's what Amy said. This is what, her name's Amy Shanker. She's a very funny comic. Look her up. Very hilarious. If you hear the joke about her getting sex trafficked, it's me she's talking about. She came to me one day and told me that she thought she was being sex trafficked and explained the situation to me. And then I explained to her, you were not being sex trafficked. They were trying to take your organs, if anything, but definitely not sex. And she said, why? And I explained, because nobody wants an old, loud insert slur here. And she loved it. She thought it was very funny. And she went on to make a whole bit about it. But it's true. I don't think she was being sex trafficked. I think she was being organ trafficked. So we argue about this all the time. And anyway, Amy has a lot of good ideas. She's a very funny comic. She had a special that just came out. Look up Amy Shanker. Very funny. Also, why am I good friends with someone named Shanker? Seems like a bad idea. It's not. She would never stab me, but she's very funny. And her idea was, there was a comic who did a set before me, and he was talking about something about send her to get something about a morning after pill, or about how, oh, it's Texas, you can't get a morning after pill or something. And then Amy actually informed him that in Texas now you can get morning after pills really cheap. You can actually get them for like, I think $10 or $20. And then she turned around and told the crowd, by the way, ladies, do you realize that this is an opportunity for us? And then said that you can just let guys dump loads inside of you. And then you can tell them you need $50 for the morning after pill. And then you go pay $20 for it. And then you get $30. And then everybody found that very funny. And then it was my turn to come up. And I was kind of guffawed. And I just told her, I was like, congratulations, Amy. You just, like, you invented prostitution and somehow made it worse. Like, you realize you just said, hey, you can let guys dump loads inside of you and get money for it, but it's only $30? Amy, do you know you can not let them do that and make way more money? Like, it's not like you didn't invent something new. You just made sex work more difficult. It makes no sense. And also, you're just putting people at more risk of STDs and babies. Like, what? Makes no fucking sense. So we started arguing about that, and it was very fun. We had a good time. But I had no idea that they cut the price of the pill or whatever. I didn't know that. I had no clue. But I also had no idea that there's people just letting others dump loads in them and bust ropes on them and then fucking going to get that. It's a terrible plan. I keep in mind it's a joke. But at the same time, it's like you're just going to let people do that to make $30. You know, you could let them do that and make like $200 just by not lying about the morning after pill and just soliciting your services on the internet. Like, what's wrong with you? But anyway, people come up with inventions all the time. And some are good and some are bad and some are reinventions. And they're a worse version of the original one. And I'm not saying that my stick is better than this stick, but I am saying it's like a lot smoother.
I'm telling you, it's simply amazing. It is plumb simply awesome. It's simply, I can't get over that handle. It is plumb simply awesome. You know? Plumb simply awesome. Well, I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to interviewing you. I can't wait to amaze your eyes. I'm serious.
I can't wait to amaze your eyes. I'm serious. All right, before we...
Hey, where are you from,
no, okay.
Where are you from?
Where are you from? We'll watch Lemon Dawn, okay? We'll watch Lemon Dawn, and we're going to talk about Kash Patel's hack, and then I'm going to show you guys some cool shit. I got some funny stuff, okay? Got some funny stuff for you. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Hey, where are you from, ma'am? Where are you from?
Io sono from Italia. Viva Italia, per favore, bella lure, mezzo male, mamma mia, da maledare. Ciacinca, buah. Figlia mia da fantasia, mamma mia, se facce tu.
I can't understand her. I think she might be French.
Just before the first
Fat and we are going to play through Fat and Sassy lately too. Lady 2. Okay, we have to because it just popped up. I didn't realize this was in here, and I love this video.
flakes fell, people in North Mecklenburg County prepared to be snowed in for the weekend, but agree a weekend wave of snow will mean less people on the slick roads.
We'll probably sit around and cook some soups and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
Due to the extreme and violent nature of this crime, this court...
Now, this is just one of my favorite clips ever. When I first saw it, I did not see the onion thing right here. And the world is so fucking crazy that I believed it. I was like, this makes sense to me. This actually probably happened. And then I watched it again and again and again and again. And then I went, oh, no wonder. This is judge rules that white girl will be tried as a black adult.
Finds it fitting to try the defendant as an African American. Henceforth, you will be referred to for the jury by the name Wandell Brown.
Once the trial begins next week, all courtroom images of Hannah will depict her as a 300-pound muscular black man, and jury members will be instructed to imagine her as such.
We're going. This is how this is this what happened with Afro Man? Like, the onion is so fucking clever. Yeah. I thought this was real. What the fuck?
Wandell Brown.
Once the trial begins next week, all courtroom images of Hannah will depict her as a 300-pound muscular black man, and jury members will be instructed to imagine her as such.
We're going to do our best to make sure that Hannah is treated with the sympathy and sensitivity that she, as a photogenic white girl, deserves.
This is America. Nobody deserves to be treated as a black man.
Now that Hannah has been ruled black, the court has instructed local media to assume she's guilty. And the police have retroactively charged her with assaulting her arresting officer.
Now, I'm sitting there going, why does this sound so like, this sounds like a joke, but this could be real. Also, what does that say about this world? What a fucked up world. What a fucked up world. I'm going back. This is, God, we are in idiocracy right now. I can't believe I believed this at first.
Nobody deserves to be treated as a black man.
Now that Hannah has been ruled black, the court has instructed local media to assume she's guilty. And the police have retroactively charged her with assaulting her arresting officer.
They've retroactively charged her with assaulting the arresting officer. Is so crazy and so funny. One of my favorite Onion headlines was a really old one. It was in the Onion book, and it was about I think it was it was like Jesus wins Hip Hop Music Award, gives a shout out to Run DMC. And then it's Run DMC like in the sky and Jesus pointing up at them. And it made me laugh so fucking hard. And this has replaced it. This is so crazy because this part of me was like, oh, is this that trial everyone's talking about in Massachusetts? The one with the cop lady? We were just talking about it. Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Is this the Kelsey Fitzsimmons one? Hello, Lori Marie. Nice to see you. Hello, Jess Lorray. By the way, I did start looking into the Kelsey case more. Again, it's like I can't. There's so much. Look, it's a lot. And it's really easy for me to get bias on that one. Like, really easy. Especially because I'm the type where I'm like, oh, he cheated on her? Oh, she was pregnant? Oh, he had a Tinder? Fuck him. Put him in jail. You know what I mean? But then you add the element of the baby, the mental health, him apparently fucking weaponizing the 5150 process. My head would explode. Are you kidding me? My head would explode. Because part of me is thinking like, put them all in jail. And anytime I think that, it's like, I should just stay out of this one. But damn, it's making waves. And I have to say, I'm really glad. I'll say this. I'm glad someone is talking about the 5150 process being abused. Yeah, I heard that part I cried. Like, that part upset me. The whole dog. Yeah, the former girlfriend spoke out. I have not seen it yet. No spoilers, but very interested. Very interested. He's the cornhole sack now. God, jail's not going to be great for him. I would love to roast that weasel too. Taking the dog is fucked up. Taking the dog is fucked up. Yep. Exactly. I've been to the loony bin. It's not that bad. Ernie? Can I tell you, I have seriously said that to someone before, but not about me. I've said it like, so-and-so went to the fucking nut house and said it wasn't that bad. And I got fucking jumped. I got my ass jumped. I don't know, because here's the other thing is me and Jimmy will probably roast them both. Like, I get so annoyed by some of the stuff I read about both of them. And I don't want to get into why, but there's some things that I'm like, well, that is kind of fucking crazy. I'm scared it's going to become another Britney thing. I really am. Now, I do think he's a sack of shit for taking the Hugin. And I think he's a sack of shit for cheating. But I also worry very deeply that she's going to be freed and then she's going to like shoot some guy in the head or do something crazy. I'm also very, very angry that this month, the whole 5150 or whatever they call it, weaponizing, using government resources, or basically going out of your way to have someone committed just because you can, is so fucked up, when real help or real benefits could be done to the person's mental health if you just quit fucking with them. You feel me? If he would just stop fucking with that woman, like, don't make her crazy and then ask, why are you crazy? Okay? Like, stop. Like, when you are the cause of this person acting this way, leave them alone. Stop gaslighting them. Stop cheating on them and lying to them. Stop being a psychopath. Stop telling their friends and family things that aren't true. Stop using every resource you have against them and help them. I feel like so much could be solved if men and women could learn to just say, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. and then walk away as an adult. But fucking with them, lying to them, playing with their emotions, especially when you're pregnant or done being pregnant. Now, I've never been pregnant, been around a lot of them. Let me tell you something. There's happy hormones, there's sad hormones, and then there's 197 other hormones, maybe 98, that they experience just from being pregnant. So to fuck with someone's head or to lie to them or gaslight them because you're too much of a pussy, you're not man enough to just grow the fuck up and say, maybe we should see other people. At that point, it's like, maybe you're poking them so that you can benefit from it later. Maybe you're poking them and fucking with them so that you can like film it or use it against them later. Like, that's calculated. It's manipulative. It's just too much. And I think it's really fucked up to drive someone crazy and then have them committed against their will. I don't know. To me, that's the part that makes me the angriest. And at that point, it kind of doesn't matter what happened after that. Because last I checked, she got shot, right? She's the one who got shot. So, you know, like if she's the one who got shot and no one else was harmed, and you're calling her crazy, and you've got a Tinder, and you're cheating, and I think he was using the family to pressure her, and she has this job where she has to risk every day. First of all, people fucking hate you. If you're a cop, people hate you. If you're a cop from Massachusetts, they really fucking hate you. So she's out there, I guess, like doing cop stuff, being a female cop, nonetheless, very hard. Now, going out and doing that every day and everybody fucking hates you. She has a clean past as a cop. I don't know if she does. If she's a very rare specimen, i.e., a good cop like Duty Ron or Duty Ed. If she doesn't beat the shit out of people because they're black or like pull them over because they're Hispanic or like beat the shit out of them. I mean, if that is the situation and she has a good background, then a totally fine human being is putting themselves out in the world to be treated horribly, to have to fight for respect at their job because they're a woman, and then to hope that the job doesn't change them, which 50% of the time it does, and it leads to abuse charges. So she's got all the odds against her. And if she managed to do well enough to make it through that and have decent work relationships, it sounds like, if she's got all that working against her and she's able to do that, and then she gets pregnant and she has a baby and she's a cheating spouse, and then she gets shot, I'm sorry. At what point did she do, like, what did she actually do that was bad? Like, seriously, what did she actually do? Because what was put out in the press at first was she's like holding a baby, and then she's not holding the baby. And then one time she threatened to kill her. Okay, well, I know comics who threaten to kill themselves every day. You know, like I'm sure that guy did too. They're all doing mushrooms. He's cheating. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Was the baby around when they were all doing mushrooms? And also, did you give a woman with mental health issues mushrooms? Because that's fucked up. You have no idea what that can do to someone. She could be bipolar. She could have anxiety problems. If she has a history of schizophrenia in her family, giving someone mushrooms can fuck them up. Like, I saw some idiots comparing it to Corey Richards. That's what made me want to look into it finally. I was like, okay, I'll look a little more into it. Because at first I was like, I don't know. This seems complicated and they both seem like assholes. And having looked at it I spent about 30 minutes on it. I mean, kind of reminds me of the Karen Reed case, where it's like, well, how did this get twisted into this? Yeah. And it's unfortunate you can't go to jail for gaslighting. But if he's buying mushrooms and giving them to a cop or bringing them into a home where there is a handgun, that is very illegal. But the problem is she could get her shit taken away. So, like, that's another thing people don't realize. A lot of people think, like, oh, it's just pot and this person, but it's like this person has a gun. They have a concealed carrier's permit. They're a cop, like, whatever. Even, I don't care if it's pot, if it's weed, if it's pills, drugs and guns don't mix. They just fucking don't. And I love mushrooms too. They're great if they're good. But the fact that he would put his wife's job at risk scares me. It scares me. See, that's horrible. Are you serious? Is that for real? For real? You can't, like, yeah, alcohol and guns especially don't mix. Here in Texas, you can't bring a gun into a bar. Like, that's illegal. So, like, yeah, okay. So, think about it this way. You're with your friends and you're giving them a ride somewhere, and they get in the car, and then one of your friends says, hold on, I got to go grab something inside. Can you pop your trunk? It's big. And you're like, sure. And you trust your friend. You go, what is it? And they go, oh, it's just some laundry. We're going to so-and-so's house, right? I'm going to use their laundry machine. I just did laundry. Can you tell? And you go, sure. And they run inside. They get their fucking laundry. They come out. They toss it in the trunk. You and your friends are all driving somewhere, and then you get pulled over. And then the cop says, let me look in your car. You guys are having too good of a time, or I see melanin in your skin. Let me profile you and look in your car. And they open the trunk. There's a kid in there. Your friend just kidnapped a kid and put it in the trunk. Would that be okay? No. Now let's take it to a less extreme. Let's just say it was a bag of pot or a pipe. Would that be okay? Believe it or not, still no. Why? Because you, the driver, are a cop. That's your day job. It doesn't matter if it's a little pot, if you kidnapped a kid, if it's a gun, it doesn't matter. If you have something illegal on you, don't hide it in your friend's car who is a cop, a public figure, someone who works in security, or anyone. Maybe they don't have a job. They could get a ticket. It would be on that. It's their vehicle. It's one of the most fucked up things you can do is to lie to someone about having shit on you that puts them at risk. What if they're on probation? It's just too much. Like, it's too much. Like, stop putting people's jobs at risk. Here you go. Perfect example. A friend of mine asked me to help them move. They loaded a washer and dryer into my truck bed. After we unloaded it, they told me a whole meth lab was inside the dryer. What the fuck? See what I mean? It's just terrible. Yeah, if they were a male white cop, they probably wouldn't get in trouble. That's a good point. But let's say they're not a cop. Let's say they're just anybody. Why would you do that to someone? Why would you do that? Why? They're already giving you a fucking ride. That's another thing. This loser has to use his wife to give him fucking rides everywhere while he's also fucking hiding drugs in the car. Is that why? Could he drive his own car? He actually has a car. He has means to get around. Was he too fucked up to drive? He doesn't sound like a good dude. It's just also crazy. It's really crazy. And then part of me is like, oh my God, why are they getting married? You know, no judgment, but why are you marrying him, hon? He doesn't seem good. Doesn't seem good. Just seems bad. And when you're around bad people and they scare you, or you don't want to be around them anymore, And they're making your life really. That's another thing. She thought she could fix them. Let's talk about that for 1 second. Flipping a house. Let's talk about flipping a house. What happens when you look at the house, you drive by it every day and you go, ooh, I like that house. That's a nice looking house. And then you find out, you call someone, you go, you heard of this house? And then they're like, yeah, it's a great house. My friend used to live in that house. Oh, any problems with it? The roof's a little fucked up. Okay. So then you're like, maybe I'll take the house. And then you buy the house sight unseen on the inside. You go, I like the outside. My friend used to live in this house, says it's good. The roof's a little fucked up, but I can work with it. And then you get inside the house, and the longer you live there, you start to realize all sorts of shit. The chimney's fucked up. There's a bunch of dead birds in it. There's mold in it. You've got a way worse, or you have to replace the entire roof. Why? Because someone fucked it up before you. It smells like smoke. There's all these things wrong with it. Okay? It's going to cost a lot of money, and now you got ghosts. It's got ghosts. Turns out this is a crazy house. This is a bad house. So you get to make a decision. Am I going to invest a lot of time and money and years of my life into this house, into fixing it, and then hoping that when I'm done fixing it, I no longer resent having to fix it and still want to live in it? Or do I want to maybe just chalk it up to a bad investment, resell it for the same cost, or maybe even lose a little, just so I can get the fuck out of here and find a better house? A house that I actually like, the inside and the outside. And that's a metaphor for dating bad men. It might look like something you want to invest the time and money in. It might look like something worth flipping. You might even look at him and go, I can fix that part. Well, guess what? You're going to resent it probably. After you've gotten him past all his demons, after you've gotten him braces, after you paid for him to get this and that fixed, after you do all these things, now you get to benefit from the fruits of your labor. But do you want to, because you spent all this time and energy and now you're exhausted, and now look at you. You look like the house when you first bought it. So think of people like houses sometimes. When you really need perspective, think of them like houses. Do I want to flip this shit? Do I want to flip this shit so someone else can come along and live in it and enjoy it later after I've spent all this time, money, and energy and effort into fixing it? Or should I just go get an apartment I like and save that money and gamble on the dark web using an app called Kash? Use my promo code now. God damn it. Washington Capitals did not win. Okie dokies, you're bad at hockey. I had to look at what the fucking sport was I was gambling on, okay? Anyway. Either flip the house and realize that you're into that. That's what you want. In the end, it's all gonna work out. Or don't flip the house and live somewhere you want to live. But let's stop going into these haunted mansions in Virginia with cobwebs that look like the movie fucking Casper, look like the house from Casper. And let's stop expecting it to be a prime Airbnb, because that's not what it is, kids. People vomited in the foyer. This house could have disease. You don't know. Anyway, that's my metaphor. Let's stop flipping these crazy houses and just find a nice apartment. You don't need that. Fucking Washington, okie dokie. Where were you on me? Where were you? If you don't know it's haunted, it's a slow drawing. That's true. That's true. But if you get a priest and the priest says this one can't be helped. Yeah, I just want to find a nice gay man who needs a beard. Also, that reminds me, I do have to go pick up Dylan soon. His car's broken, though. I believe her husband, her boyfriend, whatever, I think he had a car, right? Fuck that guy. Makes me mad when people have vehicles and they'd rather get drunk and have someone else drive them. I'm live right now. Do you know anything about hockey? Question mark. Excellent. Okay. The inscription I put on my better half's ring is, let me keep you. It's our anniversary yet. Can I keep you? I whisper that to Hugin all the time. Did rats eat Dylan's car too? No. He has 2 busted front tires. Both of his tires, after the freeze, were just flat. And then we went to start it and the battery died, and it's a Prius. And then the registration expired. So he has an appointment this week to get the registration. And then we have to fix all these little things. And maybe a big thing, because a battery in a Prius costs a lot of money. Like, I think it's like $1,200 or something per cell. I don't know. I don't know how the batteries in Priuses work. He had a car, but no money for gas. But wedding? But baby? God damn. Is the war in Iran that bad? It is better than a Tesla. It is. It absolutely is. Okay. My point is, but all his drugs. Yeah, exactly. It is. That's why it's confusing. It's a battery for your battery. But this is why we have to learn self-defense, so that if a haunted house comes at us and says, buy me, we can attack it. Here you go.
Self-defense means meeting violence with violence. First a warrior, or all else is folly.
I'll just bring Paul over here. We had the Adam's apple. The hand makes a circle and chops into that brainstem. That's a knockout point. Thank you, Paul. I come right in and attack the Adam's apple. Thank you, Paul. So you poke from here right into the eye. Thank you, Paul. I hit him, comes flying back. If I miss, into there. Thank you, Paul. As you can see, there's a lot of force. Thank you, Paul. And we're squeezing hard behind the windpipe. Thank you, Paul. I follow through with the strike. Thank you, Paul. Wham, like that. Thank you, Paul. Kick, like that. Thank you, Paul. Coming right down on the skull. Thank you very much, Paul. 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 Out of that circle.
By following McSweeney's self-defense, you're going to be able to maintain a strong, healthy body and to protect it throughout your entire lifespan, or until you become disabled or fragile and weak.
Fuck. Muted again. Meth washer. Now that's funny. Old Justin, Mr. Peanut Butter No Jelly. Peanut butter no jelly. Oh my gosh. Then it's just a peanut butter sandwich. Hello, Kevin. You wrong. Okay. Yes, we are wrong. We're all wrong. Let's see if Okie dokie, if they were able to come back up. No, they have not come back up. Wait. No, still not. But we have 13 minutes. So we'll see. Until you become disabled and quit. Oh, no, quit. Okay. So, if you guys want to put in the comments, I'm interested what bad things Kelsey did. Because everything I heard was apparently a lie. Everything the media reported was apparently a lie. And everything I read was apparently a lie. Just like the Karen Reed case. And it's crazy how Massachusetts keeps doing that, right? Massachusetts seems to have a system, okay, a justice system based on presume the worst, ask forgiveness later. She must have had a gun. Well, again, he's black, so he did it. Racism. They probably did something. Oh, just shoot her, and if we fuck her up, we'll apologize later, and we'll let the governor pay out $12 million settlement or some shit. Like, it's always like, hey, you know what? Just say that we have video of her hitting John O'Keefe. Oh, whoops, no video. Just say that we have a witness. Whoops, no witness. Just pin it on the girl. Whoops, it wasn't the girl. Like shit like that. But big shit. What was it Pub Uncle Mike said about Grant Smith Ellis? Didn't that fucker Grant call the cops on a black guy and then omitted or something, or let them believe the guy was armed, and then they were very aggressive with him, and then the guy had to fight to clear his name? Like, I thought this was like presumed innocent, but also if it's something where like there's overwhelming evidence, okay, maybe I get being a little harsh. If somebody shoots up a school, I'm not going to be mad if you fuck them up a little bit in the back, or drive a little crazy. Okay. Maybe you kick them in the fucking ribs a little because they shot up a school. Okay. Now they never do that because those people are white, which is also racism. But like, this whole presume the worst, presume it's true. Not even the worst, just presume there's evidence. And then the cops say it to the reporters, and then the media reports it, and then it's wrong. And then everybody looks stupid as fuck. And I thought the Karen thing was a one-off and they would have learned. But now I'm learning more about the Kelsey thing very slowly and in little bits. But every time I do, it's like, wow, so they just straight up fucking lied about that. Or that just wasn't fucking true. Are they going to do this every time? Because in a way, that's kind of what Kelsey's husband did to her, right? Like slowly make her crazy by lying. And then she finds out it's true and then has to cope with that when he could have just told the truth the whole time and spared everyone the fucking problems. It's fucking crazy. Like, I kind of can't believe how stupid the state of Massachusetts criminal justice system is. It's really bad. It's just insane. So I'm curious, what did Kelsey do wrong? Like, what is the charge? What did she do? Had she ever hit him? Is there evidence that she'd ever abused him? Did she ever do anything fucked up? And please don't sugarcoat it. Like, if she did something fucked up, it's okay. People fuck up. People are human. But I just like to hear it, because I also found it crazy how everybody made Karen Reed out to be a fucking saint. And then we find out she's fucking Higgins and cheating on the victim. A lot of the shit she did was not for the best. She was kind of an asshole about a few things. So, like, let's not sugarcoat it. If Karen tried to cheat, she tried to cheat. So what? That's different than murder. So, like, she was kind of an asshole about a lot of things. I think the shit with Peggy was pretty fucking rude. I think that a lot of people hopped all over the mother who was grieving her dead son for having emotions while she's finding out a lot of shit she didn't know in court, which I felt was harsh. So, like, let's not sugar. She punched herself in the stomach and threatened to hurt the baby. Okay, that's what they say. Okay. Is there evidence of that? Does she cop to it? No pun intended. Did she admit doing that? She called him out on smoking and drinking and got knocked up. But let's also remember maybe she smoked and drank. You know? A lot of cops do. So, like, were they cokeheads? What happened? I mean, she was trying to fuck Higgins, and she goddamn well knew everything she said about, oh, I think John saw, like, we know what you're fucking doing, Karen. That was playing, okay? We know what she was doing. She's trying to make him jealous. 100%. But, like, we can just admit that. You know, we could just admit it's fine. People fuck up. We can't expect everyone to be perfect all the time. People are going to fuck up. They might say a bad word. They might be mean to someone. They might make a very bad decision in life. They might treat someone awfully and then feel bad about it later. Like, there's all sorts of things. They might hit someone with their car and then go to jail and do their time and feel horrible about it. They might get a DUI. Like, let's just admit it. So did she do anything? Because ostensibly she pointed the gun at her former partner. She says she pointed at herself. She got shot. No evidence of anything. Okay. So she did have a gun and she pointed it at herself. And he's saying she pointed it at him. Okay. Thank you. That is what I'm curious about. Because I got to be honest with you. One is white and violent and the other is a cry for help. If someone has a gun to their head, typically you would get like a negotiator or someone who's good at talking. Doing a suicide by cop would be you pointing it at them. But if you're pointing it at yourself, technically like a hostage negotiation, right? So if she had the gun pointed at herself, he should have never fucking shot her. If she pointed it at him, her partner feels like that would be weird. Did he come in with his gun out, threatening to shoot her? Because if so, she could have just put her gun down and allowed herself to get shot. Was she trying to do a suicide by cop? No, I haven't. I will go listen to it. I will go listen to it. Either way, I think gun out problem. Gun out problem. That's a problem if she had a gun out, but it's also a cry for help, right? But also gun out problem. That's where it kind of loses me, because at that point, that's some serious shit. That's some serious shit. It is very rare. It is very rare. But like, putting it to your own head is very concerning. Now, if someone's threatening to kill themselves and you don't want them to, shooting them seems like a bad idea. That's all I'm saying. Hey, if you don't want someone to shoot themselves in the head, don't shoot them first. Like, it, either way, yeah, all happened in a split second with a lot of shit going on. I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, it's definitely not following proto. No proto was followed. Also, why would you bring her partner? That's another thing. Her partner at work. If it's to talk her down, why he has gun? If it's not to talk her down, unprofessional. Send an outsider. It's a lot. I'll have to watch it. I'll watch it. I'll take some time and I'll watch it. I'm just a little concerned about, hey, don't shoot yourself. I shoot you. That seems stupid. That doesn't make sense to me. They're there to take the baby from her. Okay. And she's threatening herself. You're taking my baby. That makes sense to me. That's something that happens. That is something that happens. There's also a guy in Texas who was on To Catch a Predator, and they showed up to arrest him, and he was an ex-sheriff or a cop or something. And he had a gun to his head. And they're like, we're here to arrest you. And then he shot himself. And that's why To Catch a Predator went away for a while. So it's just kind of crazy to me. If you're coming to take a baby and somebody has a gun to their head, you get someone to negotiate. If she's not holding the baby, you get someone to negotiate. She's holding the baby, that becomes like a save the baby moment. But even then, why would you shoot her? Because baby Like, none of this. This guy seems like a dick. And she was postpartum. Jesus fucking Christ. This is just. And see, they made it seem like he was cheating on her because she was being crazy. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'm just so tired of being so mad all the time. Do you think they planted her weapon so she'd do that? Do you think they set her up for not success? Because that's kind of what it sounds like. Kind of sounds like everything was a perfect recipe for a shit soup. Jesus. Hey, good news, though. The Capitals just scored 4-4. Okie dokie, we're doing this. Also, like, aren't they, cops are supposed to speak to therapists regularly, and they have people to talk to. And so I would think that they would be aware of what was going on with her and maybe not let her go back to work, or maybe take her service weapon if she's having these thoughts. She tried to shoot guns yet? Well, fuck, dude. Okay. Yeah, and he was her friend. God, and then he probably feels horrible. If he didn't intentionally shoot, God damn it. You know what? Great question. I already got off topic for like 30 minutes thinking about this. Is why I didn't get into it. But now I'm getting mad, and I'm still not 100%. I'm scared. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm scared because this sounds very complicated. I don't like it when guns and babies or kids mix. It makes me very sad. It sends me into a spiraling depression. And now you're telling me a Hoogan's involved? Fuck.
Your Honor, defer. Miss Janice.
Judge Athens.
Your Honor, this is so unfair. Your Honor, I think I want to appeal. Your Honor. Your Honor, stop. This is propaganda. Your Honor, this is fake. Don't believe.
Trump, the Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000.
Okay. So that's what the Dow's at. They didn't give her back. Well, where'd she get the, God damn it. Dow in the shitter. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start fresh with it. I'll start watching it tonight. Start at the beginning. The trial's happening. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Broken up with by restraining order? Was a sitting in the restraint, and she figures whatever she was accused of, she's going to lose her job. Oh my God. You know, even if, no matter what happens to this Kelsey lady, that dude, he's never going to get pussy again. No bitch is going to want to have anything to do with him. He's a walking fucking nightmare. He better enjoy hanging out with his parents all the time. Because that guy does not sound fun. He does not sound like a nice person to be around. Sounds like a piece of shit, quite frankly. Ugh. God, what a fucking loser. We should go find all of his porn accounts. Speaking of, let's get into the point, the subject matter, the main event. Because something fucking big happened, okay? Something big. Allegedly big happened. And you may have seen a statement from Iranian hackers that goes a little something like this. Okay, this is a statement from a hacking group. For those of you, how many of you guys do not know what happened to Kash Patel this weekend? Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know about Kash Patel getting hacked. 1 in the chat if you haven't heard anything about who did it. Maybe you've heard about it, but you don't know any of the details. Just a 1 in the chat. Because boy, oh, Melissa, you're going to enjoy this. You're going to enjoy this. Boy, oh boy, is it crazy. So Kash Patel, the director of our FBI, was hacked this weekend. Who hacked him? The Iranians. Iran, you know, the people we're at war with. But if you ask the president or Pete Hegseth or anybody like Mike or any of the people who are talking about it on TV, I don't remember Mike's last name. If you ask them, they'll say, no, it's an operation, because they don't want to admit they're at war. Because if they admit that they're at war, then they have to admit that they didn't ask Congress first. And that creates a clusterfuck for the president, who they're protecting so that he can make a shitload of money, okay? A shitload of money, and take presents from the Iranians. What did he say? 7, 8, 9 warships they're giving him? As a what? Thank you for bombing them? He says he's protecting and helping Israel because they forced his hand. Iran forced his hand because they're being mean to Israel. Meanwhile, Israel's fucking with them, I guess, like Justin did Kelsey. But in this situation, Kelsey also really is being batshit crazy, which is what Iran is doing. So 2 people are fucking fighting, all right? One of them is a bad friend who doesn't have our best interests at heart, and the other is a bad person who's not our friend. And they're fighting, okay? And the person who's not our friend, they're not our friend, but they're kind of our enemy in the past, but we're cool right now. Like, there's no issues right now. They can't do anything to hurt us. They don't have a weapon. We do. But then Iran is getting poked at by Israel. And they're going, hey, help us. Help us. Because if not, the person fucking with me that I'm fucking with, they're going to blackmail you. Now, I don't know what that's all about, but that's what Netanyahu said. So Bibi says they're trying to blackmail the United States. That's why we were fucking with them to help you guys. And then we're like, what? They were talking shit about us? And then Israel's like, yeah, they were talking shit about you, US. And then we're like, what were they saying? They're like, well, they're saying that they're going to build all these weapons. They're going to fucking kill you. And that they're going to blackmail you because you did all this bad shit. And then we're like, well, what bad shit? Wait, what? I thought we weren't actually mad at each other anymore. I thought there was didn't we like obliterate all that? And then Israel's like, whoops, bombed him again. And it's like, wait, what? And then normally we would separate from both and be like, you guys need to quit it. But the problem is Israel has this big AI fuck farm planned with Jared, with the Kush. They're going to rebuild Gaza, remember? So it's like, fuck. But I left my AI smart city at your house. So if I don't help them and attack this person, then I might not get my shit back from their house. So then Israel's like, come on. And then we're like, okay, fine. So we go over to their house. We're talking shit. We just start beating their ass in the yard. We are beating their ass. And it's not on camera, but a bunch of neighbors saw it. And they're like, they did it. And the police come to our house. And we're like, we didn't beat the fucking shit out of them. They did that to themselves. And then in exchange, the people we just beat the shit out of in a yard send us a bunch of presents? That's kind of weird. And that's where we're at. And the president still won't admit that every night he goes over there and beats the shit out of them in their yard. And then they send us presents for some reason, and we're just not supposed to question it. So that's what's happening. And the whole time, it was all instigated because Israel was like, they're talking shit. Meanwhile, Israel's leaving dog shit on their lawn. And not only that, but like we saw some people hanging out on their lawn and we thought it was their relative. So we beat the fucking shit out of it. Turns out kids. It was just a primary school on their lawn. I don't know why. So that, yeah, and then we beat their fucking dad and their mom up. So now, apparently we're still at war. Oh, yeah, and by the way, this affects everyone back home because now, okay, now car insurance went up. Why? I don't know, but somehow that happened. Because of us beating the shit out of them every night. Every time we go over there, insurance goes up. So our family is paying for us to take the family car to their house to beat the shit out of them. And then lying to us about it, the reasons why. And then lying to everyone about us doing it at all. It's very bad. So, what does this mean? This means, hold on one second. This means a couple of things. It means I have to text Dylan back. Okay. But it also means that because I have to text him back, you have to see Shaq float. I'm sorry. So basically what had happened was we were told by Bibi Netanyahu that we were about to be blackmailed by Iran. All right. So I see a lot of people out here reporting that Iran, as in the government, hacked Kash Patel or the FBI as a response to war. And the reason I brought all of this up and tried to explain war in a fun metaphor, a meta war, is because I want you to know that this has nothing to do with that. Okay? This has nothing to do with that. That is how we got into war. That is the step by step. I mean, it was literally that. I would love to tell you why Trump is doing this, but it's likely that he is being blackmailed, but not by Iran. It sounds like Israel or possibly Russia or China. There's a couple. So all we know is that the president's fucking crazy. And also, this is a great point. I do want to point this out. Please do. By the way, when I'm saying Israel, I'm not talking about Jews, okay, or all Jews, which is why you'll never see me put up the fucking marks through the Star of David. No. Okay. If I were to assume that all Jews were Bibi Netanyahu, I would have to assume that every one of us in America is Trump. Does that sound fair to you? It's not fair, is it? So to be clear, if you hear me say the Russians, Israel, the US, just to be clear, I'm talking about world leaders. I'm talking about people as a whole, okay? Ty's going to take it into overtime? Yes, it's better than losing. Isn't it okie dokie? Feels good. Putin's a piece of shit. He's a psycho and a piece of shit. God, he's horrible. Can't believe he put a dog in the room when Theresa May was afraid. That was fucked up. Yeah, anti-genocide, not anti-Semitic is fair. So, when we say Israel, I'm not saying Jews or the Jewish people. I'm saying Bibi. You think that his people, you think that all the people in Israel love rockets flying above their fucking head? Nope. Not at all. It's terrifying for everyone. They didn't like getting shot at that festival either. Just like the people of Palestine don't like getting murdered, deprived of water, and tortured every day. Our world leaders are fighting a bitch boy fight in the sandbox that affects us and not them. Because no matter what, they'll be safe. They have Secret Service. They have money. They have planes. They have the ability to change laws. We don't. So when I'm talking about Israel, I'm talking about Bibi. And there's actually a huge, by the way, some people go down that rabbit hole, and once they get mad at Netanyahu or they figure out like how bad the Mossad is, they just presume that all Jews are like that. And they start questioning the Holocaust and talking about how this isn't right, and they go full shorty. Fuck that. That's ignorant. That's because people are too fucking lazy to read history. And they're too fucking stuck in their mindset in thinking that we are our world leaders. If you vote for that person, you support that person, and then you make excuses for that person, that's entirely different than being someone who is forced to live under something you don't agree with. Okay? So with that said, the reason I went on this rant is because you need to know that this hack, it's not Iran's government. This isn't Iran's leaders. That would be like thinking Anonymous is Trump's cabinet. Okay? If Anonymous hacks Iran and papers and Iran said the US just hacked Iran's government, or if Israel said the US just hacked Mossad, that would be crazy, right? That would look like it was our leaders doing it. No. It was just Anonymous, or it was just LulzSec. It's just a hacker group. So essentially what happened was there's a hacking group that operates within the confines of Iran, but they do have members apparently that are really into the same interests as them. It's more like LulzSec or a little sect off of Anonymous. It's not that big. Imagine if the Taliban was a hacking group, something like that. So this group, okay, they're called Handala, all right? And they're a hacking group. Imagine if a bot farm had a personality and it was to do evil. It's what we're working with. So Handala, they work for their own interests, but they also are in the middle of getting bombed by us, and they live there. And just like a lot of people in the US, unfortunately, some of us have a common bond with bad people, because sometimes even bad people can recognize other bad people, and good people can too. And I think everybody recognizes that Kash Patel's a piece of shit. Unfortunately, hacking groups, bad people all over the world also agree with the sentiment of a lot of Americans that Kash Patel is a fucking piece of shit, and he's bad at his job, and he's unqualified, and he's going to get us killed. And unfortunately, that's a problem, because the wasted sack of shit is in charge of a lot of high-level shit. Murder investigations, kidnapping investigations, Nancy Guthrie's case, everything going on at the DOJ, like so much. The Epstein files. He can't even get through the Epstein files. There's so much going on. And unfortunately, just like this hacking group, a lot of us also recognize he's a dumb asshole. And what an idiot, right? But at any point in time, anyone could make him look like a dumb asshole, because it's really easy. It's really easy. But why don't we? Well, because it's easy. Because you could get in trouble, especially in the US. You could get arrested for like spreading private information about a government official or somebody in a security position. You get in a lot of trouble. But in Iran, they don't give a fuck because we're bombing them. So this Iran hacker group decides we're going to hack Kash Patel from the FBI. Why? Because it's easy. Well, why is it easy? I'll tell you in a minute. Because what they did was super easy. So much so, and this is where I'm going to talk shit on them, even though I also don't like Kash Patel, and I found it very funny, the act of it being done and all this private information shared because he's the fucking leader of the FBI and been saying for months and months and months, this guy's a fucking idiot. Why are we like, finally someone proved it. But do I condone doing this, or do I think you should do it? No. However, do I think that this was a legitimate hack by real hackers? No. I think that Handala Group did something extremely easy, like so easy that I could do it, that you could do it, that anybody could do it. And I think they're playing it off as a big hack. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why a hacker group did something super easy and then said, we have hacked the government, blah, 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 blah. And then they're taking big boy shit credit for it and acting like they did something amazing. Acting like a beautiful mind. They're acting like Goodwill Hunting and it's the overnight shift and they're solving the fucking problem. When in reality, they typed in one thing and hit enter and anybody could do it. And it's super easy from there. I'm not going to show you how exactly to do it because I feel like that's just dangerous. But I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. And it's not that I think that I know, like anybody who saw this and works, whether it's in computers, OSINT technologies, whether you code, whether you're just somebody who fucks around on the internet, even trolls, like a lot of people, maybe they don't know they know, but deep down, they know how to do this. And it just didn't click because this is a fucking show. This is somebody going, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I did wonderful. When really at the last moment they did they went on AI and went, how do I blah, 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 blah. It's like that easy, but without using AI, but like, it's like that easy. So let me read you what they said, and then I'll tell you what happened and how they did it, how I think they did it, how they definitely did it. Okay. Kash Patel, current director of the FBI, hacked 3/27/2026. Today, once again, the world witnessed the collapse of America's so-called security legends. No one thought he was a legend. I just want to make that very clear. If any of you hackers are watching, no one thought he was a legend. Nobody. He thought he was a legend. Nobody else thought he was a legend. Well, the FBI proudly seized our domains and immediately announced a $10 million reward for the heads of the Handala hack members. Heads of the Handala hack, Triple H? Well, I think I found who did it. We decided to respond to this ridiculous show in a way that will be remembered forever. No one's going to remember this. Kash Patel, the current head of the FBI, who once saw his name displayed with the pride on the agency's headquarters, will now find his name among the list of successfully hacked victims. Spoiler alert, he was on that list before these fools came around. Just want to be clear. The so-called impenetrable systems of the FBI were brought to their knees within hours by our team. No, they weren't. No, they weren't, because the FBI wasn't actually hacked. I think they think Kash is the FBI. He's the head of the FBI. If you're saying, okay, I'm popping back in. Let's say I worked at the White House and my name is Kat. And this group put out a statement saying, we've hacked the White House. When really, they just found my old Gmail password. That is exactly what happened here. They didn't hack the FBI. They didn't penetrate any FBI systems. They didn't do shit to the FBI website. Kash is an entity that works for the FBI and represents the FBI, but they didn't even fuck with his work shit. They just had his personal private, like his high school Gmail up to recently. That's it. The FBI was not hacked in this instance. The Epstein files, we have a security analyst that openly admits and even tries to figure out who, and eventually does figure out that they were hacked then. So in 2023, okay, when the 3 million documents were open in an FBI lab, nonetheless, that was a penetration from one of two potential foreign sources that were indeed hackers. And here's how you know, because they didn't brag about it. Actual real hackers, aside from Anonymous, who was all about being showy, but it was also a lot of unregulated people, actual real hacking groups don't do shit like this. They're not going to tell you. They're going to get away with it because it's easy. Don't snitch on yourself. This is not a real hacking group. They want to be seen as one. So they're bragging about doing a thing. And they're making it seem like it was complicated. And they're making it seem like they had someone bigger than they did. So that's what happened. Okay. They didn't do shit. The person who hacked the Epstein files and other cases from the DOJ in 2023, that was scary shit. That was an actual lab. That was an actual computer. That was an actual server that they were able to breach on their own without assistance. This is not fucking that. So we continue. The so-called impenetrable systems of the FBI were brought to their knees within hours by our team. No, Kash's Gmail account was brought to its knees. All personal and confidential information of Kash Patel, including emails, conversations, documents, and even classified files, is now available for public download. Do not download it. I cannot stress enough, do not download it. Do not, let me look at you for this. Don't download it. Not only are these people assholes, they're lying. So they probably put some fucked up malware, some tracers, something in there that they can use to breach you too. So don't fucking download it, okay? Now, the people who did, who had themselves set up and were able to weed out that potential shit, nodes, if you will, have already put out all of the stuff that they were able to find. Heads up. It's just Kash Patel being a douchebag. It's his family. It's like nothing. There's literally nothing there. It is a nothing burger, which is unfortunate because I was hoping to see him with an accommodator dildo stuck to his forehead. But we didn't see that, did we? This is okay, let's see. Now available for public download. Also, haven't seen any classified files yet that are like highly classified at all, that weren't already readily available online, but we continue. And let me scroll down a bit. This is the security that the US government boasts about? No, it's not. Well, I mean, this is the douchebag that Trump boasts about, but no. This is the cyber giant that thinks threats and bribes can silence the voice of resistance. Yes, it is. It is that. To the whole world, we declare the FBI is just a name, and behind this name, there's no real security. Okay. I guess as long as it's run by Kash, you're kind of right. Like we are definitely highly exploitable now. And we are definitely at risk 100% with him as the head of the FBI. And we're mostly at risk of not getting shit done. If your directory can be compromised this easily, what do you expect from your lower level employees? I would expect them to actually not let you get away with this shit, and you probably couldn't. Because lower level employees, if they were there prior to this new administration, they're fine. And we can expect a lot. Because despite, if you told me Kash was a Nepo baby, I'd believe it. He's literally just a guy who, he had a good day. He said something nice about the president and he gave him that job and he's not qualified for it. So I do actually kind of expect that from the head of the FBI if it's Kash Patel, but I don't expect that from lower level employees, just my personal opinion. Dedicated to the martyrs of the Dina destroyer. This is just our beginning. Download the POC, pass Handala. Okay. So here's what they really did. They went online and they probably typed in Kash Patel Gmail, right? Or they found his old Facebook. and they took the email address and they probably put it into something like Epios, okay? Or they probably went to a breach report website. Have I been pawned? Something like that. They probably put his email address in. They probably did this on some sort of proxy website, somewhere where I would say like a breach collector, a data collection website, something like, I don't know, there's shit like White Pages and there's other shit. And you go in and you type in the old email address and you just see, has it ever been breached? And if it has been breached, most websites will say, yep, and that's it. You should change the password, right? But there are some websites out there where you type this information in, and what do you get back? You get back, yes, you've been breached. These are the passwords that have been breached. And then you get a list of those passwords. So now you know the password for his Gmail account 10 to 15 years ago. What do you do with that? Some people go, fuck, or they try it. In most cases, the person, once they've been told they were breached, will change their password. But unfortunately, there's like a 10-year spell in life, pretty much throughout COVID, before and after, where we would all get these annoying things like, for example, a privacy agreement. Like, did you know we've updated? You go, yeah. You need to update blah, blah, blah on your Windows. Okay, blah, blah. Hey, your password's been breached. A lot of people would look at those and go, oh, fuck. Well, nothing happened. No one got any money. Oh, well. And they never change it. Or your password's been breached. And then they go, fuck, but that's my password for everything. And then they just change it on that one account that got breached. They don't change it on everything else. So what does this end up doing? It ends up providing your old password to a total stranger who can then go find your new accounts and presume that maybe you reused it somewhere. And then they go in, and as soon as they're in an account, they now have control. Now, unfortunately, if you're an idiot like Kash Patel, you probably never changed your password. You probably were like, they're not going to get anything. Or they reused that password with their new shit, which is exactly what he did. So now the hackers can simply type in your email address, hit enter, and on a number of websites, get your old password that was breached. That is public information. It's available. It's out there. In some cases, they'll pay for it. And in some, it's free. And then they go try it on all your other accounts. And the second they get into one, what do? That is now the new go-to email for your recovery email. They now go to your new email addresses that you use now. And they go, recover my fucking password. I need a new password. And they request it. And it says, what's your recovery email? Chances are for 50% of people, it's going to be whatever the Gmail address was or the Proton, whatever email address it was, the Yahoo, whatever, before that one. So if that matches, it's easy peasy. Boom. Now you have the password. You change the one in the email account you just were able to breach. And then you change that one. And now you have both their email accounts at your disposal. Well, what do you do then? Well, then you can go to every single app they have. And you can now change the passwords in all of those. Before you know it, you have full access to all their shit. And if they're an iPhone user, that includes their cloud. And that's what the hackers did. They didn't actually hack. They found an old breach password and a guy dumb enough to not change his password. And they logged into his accounts, changed them so he can't get back into them, and then put out a fucking letter on Twitter going, ha, you're dumbass, Kash. And that's what happened. So just to be clear, don't be scared. Your shit didn't get took. Yes, he looks like an idiot and an asshole. And no, none of it was that interesting. There was a lot of private shit. It was him with it looks like an illegal Cuban cigar. I'm not sure. But let's see how the news is reporting it, okay? Let's see what the news has to say about it. Because it's really as simple as they are right. Our FBI is fucked because the leader of our FBI is that easy to hack. But let's be clear, it's not even a hack. Our FBI leader is so fucking stupid, you didn't even have to hack him. His shit's just breached. It's been out there, and he doesn't care, and he didn't care enough to change any of his shit. And now some idiot tool trolls have made themselves out to be some type of hacker group. They've branded like a TikTok store. It's insane. They have logos and shit made in Canva. So that's all that happened. And now they're scaring America by making it seem like they infiltrated all of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, when in reality, they hacked a grown-ass man that looks like a 15-year-old boy that has a fake girlfriend that pretends to be FBI and has a drinking problem. That's what happened. That's it. That is literally fucking it. So I get annoyed when I see all these people go, oh my God, we were hacked, we were breached. Do you think it's going to happen? No. It was it's just bad. Oh yeah, people were freaked out. Oh my God. We should be scared, but not of us getting hacked. We should be scared that Kash Patel is in charge of something. And I've been saying that. I'm going to keep saying that. So he's so fucking dumb that something simple worked on him that was not even a hack. Please say that again. Okay. So Kash Patel, just to be clear, forgot to change an old password. And it got breached. It got breached many years ago. He just forgot to change it after it got breached. So now it's available on a list that you can buy. Anyone can buy it, or you can get it for free. So someone just went and checked for his breach passwords on his old account. The result came up. Here's the password he used that was breached. And then they tried to plug it into all of his new shit. And it worked because the dumbass reused old passwords while holding a security clearance. And now this hacker group gets to pretend that they're elite and smart and scary and freak out America, when in reality, they were just trolling him. And I'm saying we shouldn't be scared of the hackers. We should be scared that our own government put Kash Patel in charge when he is making the same mistakes that my 84 great aunt made with her Yahoo account. It's very troubling. That's more troubling than the actual quote unquote hack, which again was not a hack. They copy pasted his Gmail and hit enter. That's not a hack. Anyway. But they're definitely trolling him with the Lego shit. Yeah, just like make a new password. That's all you have to do. So be afraid, but for different reasons. Okay? Yeah, I know. Not her. She'll be fine. I made her change them. But this is what the news is reporting and how they're reporting it. Let's check it out.
Signed an executive order to pay TSA workers as soon as Monday after Congress failed again to agree on funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Tonight, House Republicans are moving forward with their own plan after they rejected a Senate-passed bill. Fox's Chad Pergram brings us up to date.
This gambit that was done last night is a joke. I'm quite convinced that it can't be that every Senate Republican read the language of this bill.
But the Senate voted to end the DHS stalemate at 2:19 a.m.
The bill's amended as passed.
Democrats claim victory, scoring a bill which only funded parts of DHS.
Throughout it all, Senate Democrats stood united, no wavering, no backing down. We held the line.
However, Democrats never secured legislative reforms at ICE.
Democrats didn't actually want a solution. They wanted an issue. Politics over policy.
Many House Democrats embrace the Senate plan, but it's not exactly what they wanted. Why are many Democrats on board with this if it lacks that legislative fix that you argued for?
So we are prepared to support it while continuing to fight on behalf of the American people to get ICE under control.
But House Republicans thwarted the Senate's jam job, which told the House, take it or leave it.
This is what we do every time. They jam you up against a vacation, Christmas, now it's Easter.
and then they expect you to pass a bunch of garbage.
The House Speaker seething at the Senate. You and John Thune are not on the same page. And are you not extending the shutdown if you were to accept what the Senate had passed?
I wouldn't call John Thune the engineer of this. Chuck Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate. Chuck Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate have forced this upon the Senate. I have to protect the House. Let me answer the question, Chad.
House Republicans pushing a 2-month interim spending bill funding everything at DHS.
I just wanted you to also see how annoying that was. Like the whole DHS thing. Like, just to be clear, Trump said, I'm not going to accept anything unless I get my way. So it's all his fault. Democrats don't fucking control anything. So it's his fault. And I just want to be clear, it's his fault. But we continue.
That puts the Republican House and the Republican Senate at odds. On Capitol Hill, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
Well, the FBI confirms a pro-Iranian hacking group targeted the personal email of Director Kash Patel, the group known as...
You hear that? Targeted the personal email. Very different than what the hackers said.
Handala. The hackers claim the attack is retaliation for U.S. and Israeli strikes in Iran. Among the leaks, photos of Director Patel with a cigar and an antique sports car from a trip to Cuba. The Bureau says the info is outdated and unrelated to government business. Tonight, the Justice Department is offering a...
Yeah, exactly. Pro-Iranian, not Iranian, because they're mad at the war. Okay. So they hacked his personal Gmail from when he was like, from since he was in high school. So we get to see a picture of him with a cigar and a sports car. Do they realize that we have pictures of him getting unbelievably wasted, pouring champagne on him like he's in a rap video while he's like hanging out with the Olympic team? They realize we have really embarrassing clips from him making a fool of himself all over the internet. Like, we have a lot on him, and nothing they gave us was that salacious. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm pissed. I'm pissed at these hackers. Not because they hacked him, but because they hacked him and everything was boring. They they lied about hacking him. They breached his old Gmail, and then they gave us boring shit that does nothing. Like, it doesn't, like, the shit that's already out there about him is so much worse. The shit we put out there about him is so much worse than what these hackers put out. This is like if somebody says, I found salacious video of this person, and it's just like a picture of someone's ankle. Like, it's like, what are you doing? This isn't embarrassing for him. You got me all excited thinking you had some important shit to show me that was going to get this idiot fired. But instead, you just breached an already easily breachable password? You know?
$10 million reward for tips on the hackers.
The U.S.-Israeli war on Iran is the first major conflict involving American forces in the AI age. A peace deal may be within reach.
But the war has shown us how militaries not only fight with missiles, but also online. Fox's Rebecca Castor has more on this new digital battlefield.
You can't always believe what you see. These are AI generated, but quickly reached millions on social media. Fake videos claim the Iranians set a major U.S. warship on fire and took American soldiers hostage. None of it is real. It's the latest form of wartime propaganda purposefully pushed out by Iran's regime-controlled media and pro-Iranian accounts.
When you don't have the reality.
In case you couldn't tell, it's AI. Watch how their heads raise, and also pay attention to this. Why are two facing that way and the rest are all facing this way? Also, look at their fucking fingers. This is very blurry, but in the original videos, you can see like most people don't have 9 fingers, shit like that. Most people do have a bottom half of their body. This guy doesn't. They also repeat face. It's, again, this is kind of blurry because it's at 720, but like when you see these videos, if you're wondering if they're AI, like, is everyone doing something in synchronicity and they are, oh, I don't know, not on the dance squad? I would question it.
Regime-controlled media and pro-Iranian accounts.
When you don't have the reality on your side where you win, then you have to pretend, and you fake it until you make it.
Israeli cybersecurity expert Bezalel Etan Raviv says social media is an easy way for Iran to target Americans thousands of miles away from the battlefield.
The illusion of distance is...
Okay, so we're not going to watch the rest of this because I just want to make a point here. I didn't plan on watching the whole thing, but do you see how quickly Fox News decided to take it from this happened to Patel? Here's the threat. By the way, these AI images making us look weak aren't real. And by the way, these hackers are awful because what they did to us. Okay. Now do you see how they went into a story about how we are at risk, how they can get to us, how these Iranian hackers can so easily target Americans by looking you up on social media? First of all, anyone can do that. Anyone. The Queen could fucking do it if she was alive. But like anyone can look people up on social media. The fear mongering that is going to come from this Kash Patel shit, I just want you guys to know, don't be afraid. Just change your passwords when they get breached. That's all you need to know. That part, that having to add on, be afraid. Okay. Here's all the ways they can get you and all the things that are wrong. It's a tactic. It's definitely a tactic. It's meant to take advantage of a situation and mislead you so that you feel terrified that these people can get you. All you need to know is if your password is breached, change it. You know, it's interesting, Laura, because Google and stuff will often do that. They treat it like a wallet. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we could put this with your payments and stuff like that. The concern there is that then if Google gets breached, then all your shit's available. It'd be irresponsible of me to tell you, no, you're 100% safe. But I'm going to be honest with you. You're about as close to safe as you can be as long as your Gmail doesn't get hacked. If it does, then again, change your password. But if your Google account gets hacked, that's concerning if you have all that shit in there. If it's something physical, like your phone physically gets stolen, that can be a concern, right? Having that readily available. Other than that, if you told me, like, is that safe compared to, like, if you had your password saved so that you could log in through your cell phone, I would say that you might actually be at a little more risk through just your cell phone if you latch on to public Wi-Fi. But as far as Google itself, I mean, there's breaches all the time. But again, as long as you change your password, you should be okay. If it's like a phishing scam or something, you should be alerted through a process. It's really 50-50. You know, I would say, in fact, I guarantee you are way more in danger of saving your payment shit on websites like Facebook, on social media, than you are Google. Because Google is in such mass numbers, usually when it gets phished or hacked or something happens, that you at least have time, you know? And most of the people who do shit like this and they hack en masse, they don't have time to go. It's like the Epstein file. They don't have time to go through every single person and check every single account around them and do the OSINT that would be required to find their other accounts. So I think you're more at risk if you put your payment information into different apps than if you just save it in Google. I hope that makes sense. Because luckily they do have pretty decent security. But yeah. So Kash Patel, if you want to know what they took and what they put out there, I'll show you right now. And then we'll watch some sillies. And then we will go. So let me pull this up real quick. So again, it was like, for him, it was 800 megabytes of personal data, which everybody's like, that's massive. This is not that big. It's historical data. It's just the guy leading the FBI. They did release a bunch of screen names of his that he's used that I found juicy and interesting. One was Spider Cash. Ew. But using the screen name Spider Cash, if one wanted to, one could do something like, go into the What's My Name .app. They could go into Epios. They could go into anything. They just type the screen name in, and then you could see all the different accounts that they have. What's interesting is his porn account was the first thing that all those nerds went for. And his porn account on X videos is totally readily available under Spider Cash. And it seems like it was created in 2020. So this was a while back. He's in the US. I guess if you want to see what kind of porn he likes, you can go to X videos. So there's that. That was one of the many things that are just embarrassing, I guess. Now they know your fucking porn stuff. Yeah, actually, you know what? I didn't notice that before. Okay. Well, I told you his chick was a beard. He does live with an adult dude in Vegas and not his chick. So, I don't know. Here's some of the other stuff that they found. And just so you know, this is what their stupid fucking seal looks like, the seal that they're using. And I'm not going to show you. Let me make sure. Okay, because there's kids in some pictures, so I'm not gonna show you any of those. Here's an example of some of the scary shit they hacked from Kash Patel that somehow is supposed to be embarrassing for him. It's him with the cigar, him in Cuba, him posing bug-eyed next to a statue, a picture of liquor, a picture of a car, and him on a plane. And then the statement from Hundal. So, yeah, that's okay. All right. I mean, I was grateful for the follow-up from curious Americans who were able to pull things like his porn account and stuff. But these hackers did a piss poor job. I don't think you should be that scared of them. That's all I'm saying. Now, one thing that is interesting is apparently they hacked his email. And unfortunately, the email is just as boring. He spent time in Haiti. He likes fancy hotel rooms. There's really not it's pretty boring. It's pretty goddamn boring. I wish he wasn't so boring. He has an account called MindBody, and he lists himself as a female. That's kind of weird. That's a bit strange. Pretending to be a woman? Where have we seen that before? What have we seen before a man trying to be a woman so that they could go on a website and cosplay as a lady? Where have we seen that? Oh, that's right. That's where we've seen that. Wonder if Kash Patel likes the taste of piss. By the way, so that's it. Like that's it. If you want to see more of the boring bullshit they put out about Kash Patel, I would focus on who the Americans who are doing the OSINT, because that's actually I mean, he's got an eBay under Spider Cash. He doesn't buy anything that crazy. I think he might just be a closeted gay man that's bad at his job and is an asshole. And that's it. Like, that's it. If that's the case, we could be best friends in another life. But this motherfucker's busy ruining our national security by being easily breachable. And that's a huge bummer. But if you want to see any of that lame ass shit that he done did, you know, that he put like any of his boring ass emails, then that's all you got to do. You just go on Twitter and type in Kash Patel hack. And then you could see things like his fake lady accounts. Oh yeah, he's egotistical as fuck. But it makes sense now, you know? And that also reminds me, all of this talk that we've been doing about all kinds of things, of this meme that I think needs to be shared more. Keeping in the theme with tonight, Hugans, which we love, feeling the weight of being the family password. God damn. Poor dog. Poor dog. It's hard being a password, but this dog, he gets by. This little Hugin gets through it. Anyway, so that's what happened. Kash Patel didn't actually get hacked. He just got breached. God damn the stress. God damn the stress. So, here's some silly stuff that I'd like to show you next to close out this episode. Well, maybe not silly. Okay, you know what? I'm breaching myself. And I feel like, oh, fuck, they're going to copyright strike me. They're going to copyright strike me. I'm going to do this through, okay, somebody posted this, so I can't. I'm going to skip the silly thing because I feel like you've already seen. I think I already showed you the silly video. I want to show you. But I did want to talk about March Madness the other night. I keep forgetting. Okay. I wish I could just start a members only right now, but I can't because I do have to go soon. I don't want to strike the stress of the family password. But I did find someone filmed it live. So instead of showing you something from ABC from March Madness, I'm going to show you from the fucking position of the people who were there live. March Madness is a basketball thing. Do I like basketball? No. But do I like it when I'm gambling? Yes. And March Madness is mad. And I've been paying attention to buzzer beaters. I've gotten really into it all. I really, really like the Louisiana head coach. I think Taryn Manning could play her in a movie. I learned about a woman named Pat Summitt who died and had Alzheimer's at a young age. It was very sad, but she was one of the greatest coaches of all time. She had a rift with this guy named Gino. And so I've been learning all this backstory, and basketball, it's now pretty interesting. I like it. I've been learning about a lot of Rudy moments, about what a seed is. It's a 16 seed or something. This is a person who's 16th place, and they unseeded. They beat someone who was in first place. That never happens. It happened once. When? 1980, blah, blah, blah. So, with that said, I was very interested in the whole Kentucky angle of it all because I briefly lived there, and I thought that they were insane when I was there because of the amount of people who were deeply into Kentucky basketball. So when it came time to gamble, okay, on the dark web, just kidding, about Kentucky, seriously, I said I have to learn as much as I can now. Now it's interesting to me. And I learned that while they're perceived as apparently an amazing team, there are others that people really think will take it all and win all the games. And one of them is like Purdue. People love them. Duke. Everyone thinks they're the best. In the women, it's UConn. There's all these different places. You know, when Caitlin Clark was on Iowa, it was Iowa or whatever. So these two teams, this was apparently A big thing, a big fucking deal. Okay. And this is a school called Santa Clara or something. Santa Clarita, like the diet. I don't know. Like that show. All right. And you're teaching probability. Oh, good. Oh, Purdue did lose tonight. More like Purdue don't. Arizona won. But Purdue was ahead by 9 at one point. And once they were, and the percentage went up, I sold my shares and then I bought in. I Benedict Arnold. And I switched to Arizona while they were low. And then they won. And that's how I got my $20 back that I lost the other night. But yeah. This was Santa Clara versus Kentucky. Now, this shit blew my mind. I watched it from the television angle 100 times. I have yet to see this fan. I just found this now. I'm very interested to see what it was like from them. Now, a buzzer beater apparently is like when you get down to the last minute, not even minute, like the last 2 seconds or a tenth of a second, and then someone dunks a basket and wins the game. It's very rare to see one apparently so close, but this was like 3 or 4 in a row, and my heart couldn't take it, and I literally screamed. You know exactly what we're about to watch, aren't you, Laura? So I'm going to show you from the audience perspective this shit. Because this blew my mind. This is crazy. I don't even like basketball, and I love this. So here, check this out. Okay, so pause it. So Kentucky's in white. Santa Clara's in maroon. I believe the score is like almost even now. It's like 2 points apart or something. And do you see up there? It says 9 seconds. 9.9 seconds left in the game. It's Rudy and Mighty Ducks combined. Absolutely. So let's go back a little. All right. So every time you see a dunk, that's one team making just 1 point ahead or evening it out so they can go in overtime. It's wild. Here we go. So at first they thought the basketball, that the first one that went in, they were like, boom. Okay, Kentucky's got it. Yay. Then the second one goes in. And then Santa Clara goes, oh my God, we're ahead by 1. And there's only 6 seconds left or whatever. Oh, we got it. And they're so excited. So one team is celebrating because they think they just won because there's no way the other team could do it in time. Here we go. Let's watch it again. Did you see that? You need to see it again? Oh, fuck it. If they copyright strike me, they can get fucked. I'm going to show you the one. Hold on. Let me show you the one that was on TV because it's so much better and then I don't have to explain it. If they copyright strike me, who cares? Fuck it. It's worth it. It's worth it because this is really crazy and I'm allowed 3. I think I'm allowed 3. All right? So watch this shit again. Watch this shit again from this angle. Look at this shit. Boom. Now we're tied. See that? Now we're tied. Two seconds left. Now we're not tied. Now we're not tied. Now Santa Clara is up. Guys, I fucked up. I'm just telling you. You can't even see it. I'm just telling you at this point. I'm narrating. There's no video. Yeah, that's my bad. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. No, look, watch.
Sequence, and here we go. 2-point Santa Clara lead. 17 seconds.
Same message. Try to get something going towards the basket.
Chandler gets it to Owe. The spin elevates. Lays it in, and we're tied.
Spirit never sit on it if you're Santa Clara.
Did you see that? So now we're tied. Okay, now we're tied. Oh, remove chats. Okay. I'm going back again.
Chandler gets it to
Up.
the spin
Boom.
elevates. Lays
Boom.
it in, and
Now we're tied.
Spirit never
Now we're
sit
tied.
on it
Look at that. That was at 9 seconds. Now we're tied.
if you're Santa Clara.
This is Gabaluga.
All right.
Graves elevates.
Oh, now we're tied. Nope. 73. Now it's 73 to 70. 2 seconds left. Oh. And it went into overtime. Can you believe that? Let's watch it again.
Point Santa Clara lead. 17 seconds.
Same message. Try to get something going towards the basket.
17 seconds. Look at those points. Boom. Boom. Tied. 9 seconds left. Oh. Boom. You're Santa Clara. You are celebrating. Your team just won. You're going on to the final. You're going on Sweet 16. Nope. There's 2 seconds left. Cross the court. Release before one. At the buzzer. Tied at the buzzer.
Otega Owe has just etched his name in the March Madness lore.
This is fucking crazy. Tres Rudis? 3 Rudy moments? March Madness is crazy. And that wasn't even the craziest one. LSU last night versus Duke. Last second. Everything changed. And I had my girl coaching. God, that sucked. Is that what a Hail Mary is? I used to have to say those all the time when I cursed. Anyway, guys, it has been fun. Thank you so much for being here. I love you to death. Make sure you do your lurks and your squirms. Okay? Don't be in the Epstein files. All right? Don't forget the Dow. Don't forget that Shaq can fly. But most importantly, don't forget to get on a roof.
Get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't getting on the roof. Never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't getting on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Never seen a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy ain't drilling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. How you do it like that? Damn, you got tools on your back. Climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Shit, big boy get loose. Shit, big boy get loose. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never heard shit.